Hello, everybody. How is it going? Ziggy and Bandit here. Hope you all are having a good day on this 21st day of August in 2024 on Wednesday. Today's winner is Jessica. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Four Flying Doves. Hey, Rhonda. Linda. How's it going? So I've tagged this video. Well, actually, speaking of, I need to do better. I need to actually tag it. StreamYard doesn't let you tag. So I have to do it manually. There we go. Rap was released today. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Matthew Bays was released from custody on 8/21. Huh? No? I wonder what he's going to say about all this stuff going on with Ernie, this craziness. Show my face. Not right now. I can get most of what he says either, but because I'm on my phone, it's hard to see that. Oh, well, a lot of the time, Jerry, he's not talking in this one. He's playing clips from what I've seen so far. I haven't watched the whole thing, but he's not talking in this one a lot. So today is the 21st. Hey, crazy mom. I like Wives of Lady. I like how he puts together everything so we can see. People can actually see how much Dawn and Andy and Knoxville has came up. You know, like several people. Damn, killer. And he shows first, I did notice. Well, actually, I'll let it play before I start talking about that. I guess we could probably just go ahead and get started.
It has now been more than 3 years since a 5-year-old girl disappeared from her Hawkins County home, never to be seen again.
She could be being tormented every day, tortured every day. She could be locked in a basement with chains. She could be going the rounds with drug dealers.
Do you feel like you'll ever see your daughter again?
Eventually. I don't know about in this life, but eventually, yeah.
Yeah, I did catch that.
If
We
you have
mentioned
any
it here when I mentioned that here when I first saw that live. The fact that we now have Crime Stoppers East Tennessee Valley number that's being showed, that's interesting. Is that because this is a different news station? No, I wouldn't think so. Hey, November Rain. He does make, I know, Don and the shit he says, like, nobody talks like that when they have a child missing. They don't want to imagine them being tortured. And he's been saying that since the beginning too. It's not like, oh, years have passed and he's been able to live with, be honest with himself about the cruel reality of the situation, or the possible cruel reality of the situation of what could be happening with Summer. But his mind goes so dark, and he tells it with no problem. Like, it doesn't get him all. If I were to say something like that and I had a child missing, I wouldn't. Those words would make me break down. So this is the first time we're seeing, instead of the TBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, we now have Crime Stoppers phone number. I don't know. Does this mean anything? Killer Look shows something here interesting about this organization and its ties to Knoxville.
information on this case, you can contact the East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen.
New crime-fighting superhero in East Tennessee. Who is it? Well, take a moment and look in the mirror, because it's you. Your superpower comes in the form of a phone number, a website, and an app. Here's tonight's Behind the Badge. It's hard to believe that a simple phone call or email can be such a huge weapon in the fight against crime.
It's remarkable.
But thanks to your tips, that's exactly what East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers has become.
You know, I speak with Crime Stopper programs throughout the nation, and they cannot believe the success we've had in the short time that we've been in existence.
Take a look at its first year and a half. The organization has received over 3,800 tips, resulting in 80 arrests, 43 warrants, 41 fugitives apprehended, and over $81,000 in property recovered.
You're looking at 43 fugitives that have been taken off of our streets. They're not able to commit their crimes if they're sitting in the jail somewhere. That's remarkable.
Stacy Payne is not only the executive director of East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers, she's its driving force.
Oh, I think it sends a strong message from the community saying, listen, we're tired of the criminal activity. We want to feel safe in our homes and our businesses.
Her idea, born out of a need to give communities an alternative way to reach out to law enforcement following the deadly shootings involving Austin East students in 2021.
We know that we have people out there who have information on the Austin East shootings, for instance, but they're not coming forward. But that kind of pushed it and said, you know, wait, we need a way for our citizens to anonymously report, feel safe in reporting information that they have.
The key words here being anonymously report.
Because what they're given is a unique tip ID number, only good for them. That's all we know them by. That's all the bank will know them by.
Those tips, as of December 31st, 2022, had resulted in payouts of close to $28,000 in reward money. And as we enter 2023, Crime Stoppers shows no signs of
maybe this is maybe we should contact them with our tips. Like, maybe I don't know. Since, who knows, like, maybe this organization can get something done. You know what I mean? Hey, Wally. Makes you wonder what he's really seeing done to people. Yep.
slowing down, but the organization needs your help to keep the pressure on criminals.
We are a nonprofit, so we really rely on our community and our business.
You see what the thing is? Like a lot of times these nonprofits and stuff, they're just people like us, a lot of them. And people say, oh, YouTube won't solve Summer's case. More than likely not. But crazier things have happened. We have regular people starting nonprofits and organizations looking into crimes and stuff. A lot of times after a while they get backed by, people who have experience in the field. But a lot of these people are just volunteers, all with different backgrounds. Now, a place like Cold Case Foundation, all of them is retired law enforcement and stuff like that, or people in that field.
Leaders and everyone, not only to submit the tips, but to help us fund the program, to fund the rewards, to pay for our call center, to really make the program work and be a success. We need you. We need the community.
She could be being tormented every day, tortured every day. She could be locked in a basement with chains. She could be going the rounds with drug dealers.
Do you feel like you'll ever see your daughter again?
Eventually. I don't know about in this life.
Making the rounds with drug dealers.
Damn, killer.
The damn killer.
We all know that Summer Wells went missing. And if you accept what the TBI tells you, it was in the early afternoon. And the last time that anybody outside of her family, and when I mean that, is anybody that lives on 110 Ben Hill Road, that had seen her or seen them with her, was true. H would have been dropped off approximately 2:15 by her. But True said it was no later than 2:15 because he had to get ready and go to a doctor's appointment, which we found out, if you believe Andrew Hill, his dad, was at 3 o'clock. And I have issues with believing him. That would have put them going back towards, not to, but towards Ben Hill Road and arriving there about 2:30. We're going past there around 2:30. I mentioned that there was a issue, or that I believe that they were runners. They did a lot of running. Mm-hmm. And I mean a lot, to try to gain favor.
That on separate occasions, Don Wells and Jody Sue's boyfriend, Andrew Bernard, would run off at night and be gone 3 to 4 days.
Who's this lady?
According to Jody Sue, Don Wells would put his vehicle in neutral and sneak off the property and go to Knoxville. Check it out.
He would just sneak off in the night, and then I know by the next morning, Candace would be like, hey, did you hear Don? I'm like, yep. And we'd know that he would be gone. Yeah, it's just like Monster. He had his patterns, too. And so in that way, we knew when each were doing their runoffs or whatever it was, but yeah. But they were pretty open about it. Plus, everybody around the area knew.
The fourth day, he takes off to Knoxville and don't come back for over a month. And they get a restraining order against each other and everything.
After Summer went missing in June 15th, it was around June 18th. Well, around June 18th, Andy had disappeared to Knoxville for like 21 days. Yeah, so I'm wondering, like, he just took off to Knoxville, and I'm wondering if, like, you know, Knoxville is like a big city. Because this was in the city part, like where the mouse was in and stuff is. This was like on the outskirts of town. Yeah. Like, yep. But the hotel didn't really advertise, you know. Even though you know it was there, you wouldn't even know it was there.
So as you can see, this is July 4th, 2022. So 2 years ago, this call was, and I don't understand how people don't see this Knoxville connection with Dawn and Andy, like from several people, you know, but people seem to, for some reason, want to ignore it. Like certain people that are backing Andy. And all the freaking red flags and stories of, you know, that Jody Sue says and stuff. I understand probably a lot of them are lies, but there's got to be some kind of truth to it. Look at all the other things that come out about them. And people like, and we have nothing like that with Fred. All people do with Fred is lie or say, oh, he's a liar. He's a liar.
Around it, really. No stores or nothing. It was just kind of off by itself.
We see you, Rhonda.
Fred Hill, a neighbor of Dawn, had mentioned that Andy would always disappear to Knoxville. And he said he didn't know what he was doing there. So I asked him if it was to get high. And he said, no, well, I don't think so. But probably to get drugs there. Yeah, that's what I think. Or also, I do know that she said they had pill pressures too. They touched pills down there too. Wow. Probably made ecstasy or something. Because she said they touched all kinds of pills there. Wow. Well, I wonder what. So they would make. They wouldn't get narcotics really. They had pill pressures for them, and they would put pills there. She said one line was for that, the other line was they did meth and cracking. So they would just make fake pills, like they were actually like make them look like they were. Yeah, they weren't fake pills. Yeah, you can buy pill prices off the internet. Right. And they have the numbers, everything on them, presses them out, looks just like a pill.
No, we see it. We see it, Rhonda. It's weird on your end.
Yeah. That's what I think. Right, that's what that's what I was thinking immediately is press Xanax bars. Yeah, and fentanyl got a lot of them, but that's what killed a lot of people. Weird how much like Knoxville has. Well, Andy didn't mention it. Actually, Fred Hill mentioned it to me about Andy. How Andy. Well, I called the other day, and she said that when Don came down there, he was down there regularly every week. He made a trip down there to where she was at, and that he did bring somebody with him several times, but she don't know who he was. Oh man, if she saw a picture of him, I wonder if she would know him. If she would know if it was him. I probably would know him if she had a picture of him, yeah. But she didn't make his name. And the reason she really called his name is like he was, a regular. Yeah, when she was at, it was like a hotel type deal. Yeah. It was like a hotel with the outside anyways, and in the back it was another deal. Mm-hmm. Like in the back, maybe it was like a bar or something, or what? No, it was just like a.
Yeah, I hope that they think that my phone being dipped with the Knoxville information on it was a lie too. Yeah, and that was that recent where you were going to Hawkins County because you had to get some paperwork for your case. And so, and you, at the same time, there was somebody, you were staying in Knoxville, right near all this stuff where we believe all this stuff is going on in East Knoxville. And the outskirts. There's several motels. I don't think this was the only one. That's crazy, Blue Jeans. Yep, hang in there, Fred. Everything will eventually all come out. Oh, he is. He's not worried at all. But it would be nice for the truth to come out, obviously. And those who are just getting in here, ICU was just telling me earlier that rap was released today. 4 motels and 2 houses in Knoxville. Alcoa Highway. Now, could it be separate? Well, I don't think so. I really don't, guys. I just really don't think so. I don't think this is separate at all from Summer Wells and her disappearance because of other things that other people we've talked to, the information sent to that on the conversations Fred had on his phone with a particular person.
Prostitute, drugs. I mean, they drugs back there, they crack back there, they did all kinds of things back there. Oh, the owner was cool with it. Oh, okay, so it was like one of those, like, kind of like, it was crappy motels. It was like, we had a normal hotel on the outside in the front. They ran like a hotel. Mm-hmm. But she said when you drove behind the hotel, it was like 2 levels. It was like an underneath level to it, and then there was, but on the outside, just like a single level. Yeah. And back there, they had rooms where they cooking dope and. Does she remember the name of the hotel? A motel? Yeah, but she knows the guy that was ever her was named Playboy. Oh, like her boy. Oh, yeah. So like her camp or the guy that. Right, he was like the boss of the whole ring down there. Playboy. If it was. But did he own the motel or not? No, Habib owned the hotel, which I guess was an Arab. Oh, imagine that. And he said they remember having anybody in the hotel part, maybe 2 people a week, maybe. But that's not really made them anyways. Wow. So, okay, Playboy, which. Everything like the outskirts of Knoxville, it was like. Oh. Yeah, it's not like in the city of Knoxville. It was like on the outskirts of it. Yeah, she said it was like an SUV square looking box top deal. Oh my God. I said, I don't know about that. I didn't have my red car. Because
it's so crazy because that's the exact same way that Fred described his vehicle. A square box, a box looking vehicle. It ties to Georgia as well, I know. And I pray, I really pray that I've never looked into Jackie Dobbs, but I don't know. There is a lot of ties to, we keep hearing things about Georgia, and Don and Candace do seem to go there a lot. So I don't know. Yeah, it's way bigger than I thought because Otherwise, we would probably already have arrest, and it would have been the parents already in jail. It's something dangerous. It's something too big for for little Hawkins County to handle.
What Fred described the car as. He said that's the first thing I said is box. Like, yeah, he's like, I call it like a box car. Yeah, kind of what she said. Like, but he had somebody with him when he came in the box car. He said a younger guy with a box car.
Working undercover, trying to solicit prostitutes that were willing to perform sex acts in exchange for money.
Work.
I got 3, he got 4, and they have multiple charges. I mean, other than prostitution. They have some of them have paraphernalia. I believe some of them have warrants.
Yeah, most of the time you get these prostitutes, they're going to have prior warrants already from, like I said, once they start doing stuff, it's not much. And most of them are going to be drug users, so you're going to find them drug paraphernalia, maybe drugs on them also.
Okay. What are you doing to get into this?
No. Well, I do this kind of. I didn't do nothing to him back there. I swear I did.
Millie Hill.
Am I going to jail?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing. I just got RO'd on out of there not long ago, and they sent me back.
For what?
I'm going for nothing.
What'd you get ROR'd on?
I don't really know, sir, but I got out of the holding cell at 2:30 in the morning. This is
Probably
a
for the
bunch of
same
lies,
thing.
Did you get
sir.
prostitute?
No, I didn't charge you. He brought me down here for nothing to the law.
Last time.
No, that wasn't for prostitution. I got picked up, sir. I've never been picked up for prostitution. Been in jail for it. Never.
Never.
No, sir, never.
Why did you get into the car with a stranger?
He asked me if I wanted to make some money. I didn't know he was an officer, man. He asked me if I wanted to make some money. I didn't have no idea.
Your
he was
dollar,
an
not
officer.
your lighter, but your dollar is going back in this pocket over here, okay?
My check comes Friday, though. I must remind you that I must be going to jail for a while. You're not going to fight, okay?
Okay, but I haven't even listened to us. Listen, all I asked him was to give me a ride. I haven't asked him to do anything else.
Drop your cigarette now. Drop it.
And you'll see more on the street at certain times, and warmer weather. Of course, you'll see a lot more come into town. Some of them are not. Some of them come from different parts of the state.
You smoke crack? You don't smoke crack, but you got a crack pipe in your purse?
No, sir, I don't. That's not even my purse.
Oh.
No, you got a purse. That's not my purse. It's an upright.
Oh, what about that one? Is that one yours?
Did somebody put that in there?
I did because I put it there.
Why'd you get into a car with a strange man?
I asked him to give
Me a ride?
Walk over to the cruiser. Over here. So how much?
20 for half and half. Don't be put.
What is half and half?
Imagine. Just use your imagination.
Half and half. Sorry. Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh man. Half and half. Oh gosh, dude. Dead. Oh, I have to rewind that just a little bit. He said, use your imagination. I wanted to see him describe that.
So how much?
20 for half and half. Don't be put.
What is half and half?
Imagine. Just use your imagination.
After traveling to New York, the group stopped in Knoxville after traveling to New York. The group originally traveled to New York from Texas and was on its way back when stopping in Knoxville. Wow. So this is like a traveling hoe train. A traveling hoe train. Oh, bad joke, sorry. Which obviously a train already travels, so I guess I don't even need to add the traveling. Hey, Sharon. How much would you do it for, Luminous? Oh, train. TB, I haven't released the names of the children that was caught in Knoxville a week after my phone being dipped. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they would ever release something like that unless it was like high profile and part of a. And sometimes you wonder how long it takes for them to do that, because after so many years they have to prove that it's actually the missing child, do DNA tests and stuff. Hey, Poppy. Carlton Harbison, Charles Williams. What? Investigators discovered that one of the women and two children, the two young children, a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, were found returning to a hotel with two non-related men. Ew, no. What? Oh, no. A 1-year-old and a 3-year-old were found returning to a hotel with two non-related men? But yet they wouldn't want a 5-year-old? Okay. Wow. Oh, they even got the Charles Williams must be the head dude over this, or in Carlton. These are the two pimps, Charles and Carlton. I wonder if they go by Playboy. Wow. Alcoa. For those who were just in here earlier, I just said Alcoa Highway when I was talking about the motels. Oh my gosh. 7 men from throughout East Tennessee were arrested in an Alcoa hotel and charged with sex trafficking between Friday afternoon, August 4th and August 5th. Wow. What's this dude look like again? Wow. Whole new meaning to half and half, right? Courtesy of Blount County. And that's interesting. Blount County Sheriff's Office. That's where the prostitute told me, that lady on the call that was just played by Killer Looks. That's where she said that her supposed friend, which I kind of think it's her, where she was taken to by Don Wells, was to Blountville. That's interesting. True. The arrest at the True by Hilton Hotel result from a 2-day undercover operation staged by Alcoa Police Department. true by Hilton Hotel. TBI and official states in the media release that they use decoy advertisements. Oh, decoys? A decoy? That's what Ernie Shell says. Tennessee Bureau of Investigations state in their media release that they use decoy advertisements at all cost on websites connected with prostitution and commercial sex to find people seeking sex with minors. Gross. Look, Sevierville. Rogersville. It says, please charge Bradford Lee Hartman of Maryville, Renee Bazin Gonzalez of Sevierville, Jorge Luis Pickens of Sevierville. Sounds like they went in together. Hardik Patel. I wonder if that's the hotel owner. Knoxville. Well, we were told the motel owner's name goes by, what was his name that he supposedly went by? Shit. I freaking forget. One of you guys were saying it. Jeremiah Williams, 23 of Knoxville. Kenneth Edward Price Jr. of Rogersville. Chethan Rangatha of Knoxville. Gonzalez, the first to be charged, was arrested. He was held on $25,000. Oh my gosh. You know Kenneth Price? Hey, Chloe.
My daughter's probably on the fucking streets right now somewhere. Nobody's listening to me.
Donnie, we can't do anything.
I know where she's at. She's in a fucking motel room somewhere with some fucking weirdo. Fucking motherfucker trying to sell her for a little bit of crack cocaine. I know how it works. Somewhere pulled up in a fucking motel room.
Donnie, stop letting your fucking mind go there, okay?
I've already been there. I've seen
Stop it.
I'm just telling you what I've seen. I'm telling you what I've seen with my own eyes.
I believe that you have seen this.
It's almost like he's trying to tell on himself in a way. Hey, Shay. Did you watch it yesterday? When I was playing, it showed 9 hours ago, so that's why I was confused.
Yes, probably sexually, maybe beat the fuck out of her.
Maybe beat the fuck out of her. Who talks like that about their missing child? It's almost like he's enjoying the way what he's saying or something. It's weird. Dawn has been there every 2 weeks. Yep. Supposedly still going to Knoxville.
I've been to some places where there were little kids, where people were trying to sell these little kids. Oh, wow. I've seen a lot of shit.
And she came in and she was crying, and she said that she had just caught Donnie down on, well, it's famous 25th Street down here in Ogden, you know. And she said he was out there trying to sell little Donnie because he needed drugs. They were broke.
Man, look, like Hart said, we're here to speculate. We're not trying to cause no harm. We're not trying to say you did this or you did that. Man, but if it stinks, it's fucking rotten.
If it stinks, it's rotten. If there's smoke, there's fire. Absolutely.
I'm tired of playing with y'all. What the hell y'all doing over there and being here? And that whole picture and everything is all some kind of payment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what the fuck Don or y'all got yourselves into too deep.
Yep.
You get addicted to drugs.
Yep, he did get himself in too deep. It is true. I'm frustrated. Like I'm freaking getting mad. Like Killer looks. I'm getting mad. I really am. It's really because I feel like a few people who even come around this community know what happened to Summer, and they're playing games. And one of them, I feel, is very much involved. It's really upsetting me. If we find out, how would you guys feel about one of the main suspects in these chats hanging out with us, and some of you guys being all buddy with them and stuff? Wouldn't that make you sick if you went? Man.
You will sell your own soul to say hi. Imagine someone taking your daughter hostage. Your beautiful daughter that you just got back, and they're playing games with your fucking head.
She could be being tormented every day, tortured every day. She could be locked in a basement with chains. She could be going the rounds with drug dealers.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, Knoxville trip, bring the dope back, have more money, take the kid with you to...
Exactly. Why? Okay, Knoxville. Jason, why aren't we on the same page? If you seriously would, like you, me, and Fred, if you would be honest, could really probably figure some things out. Especially you and Fred. If you guys would just, if she would just, for some reason, but there's something that she's hiding, or something that she's protecting, or something that she's knows and is afraid, that's keeping her from it, I feel like. JC said last night something about not saying anything about something unless or until. See, I say the similar things about this Knoxville thing, and why is it that's all I say is about the Knoxville and Andy and Dawn, and she acts like she's against me. It doesn't make sense.
Knoxville trip.
Yeah, she's talking about Andy, and I'm talking about Andy too. I'm talking about Andy and Dawn. Both of them. We're going together. All the time. For prostitutes and drugs. In my opinion, allegedly.
the dope back, have more money, take your kid with you to the Knoxville trips over the weekend, trap them in the car while you bang prostitutes and bring the dope back to the fucking holler and disperse it. Go ahead, Don.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know, Wally, right? Fred, I thought the friend said she was returned. Nope, she wasn't returned. Curiosity. No, the prostitute was dropped off in Bluntville, according to that lady. And let's see what did Fred say up here? Don called CBS to come get the boys over the drug debt and prostitute. He never returned to Knoxville. For the people that doesn't know. Yeah, so Fred believes, well, because part of this is his opinion, but part of this is his truth as far as the CPS calling. Don called CPS to come get the boys when he was all cracked out of his mind. He admitted this to Fred, and it was the same. And it was the same day he came down there, trying to freaking sell some crack or do some crack. Fred thought he was trying to set him up. He was being all weird, talking about he's called the CPS on himself because he was tweaking. Well, not tweaking. He was, I don't know what you call it, when you're high on crack, but maybe JC is scared because she knows you and Fred are too close, and her prior knowledge would land her in the pen too. That's what I'm afraid. I agree with Lolly that the only thing that makes logical sense is that her son could have got himself wrapped up in the. Actually, I don't think her son got himself wrapped up. I think his father got him wrapped up in some BS. Especially the father, which is extremely selfish to get your kids involved in your illegal activities. She was taken to Bristol, next to Bristol Motor Speedway, the lady of the night. So around that same day that, okay, so the timing that we think that this Knoxville call happened, or this prostitution, the lady I was talking to on the phone, it all lines up. It would have been after Summer went missing. It would have been around the same time. Well, Don called, let's see, when did he call? That had to have been a different time, actually, because the boys were taken all the way in, October? Or November of 2021? But the prostitute, he never returned. We believe it was the same timing. The best way to remember is it was around the time, it was when Benny Keys was there. I believe that is the timing that the lady is talking about. And that is the same. And I talked to Benny, and he said that Don had a large amount of crack cocaine on him when he came back. And he was messed up out of his mind. And that's when he was deciding to be the crack fairy and saying that, you know, yeah, where he took off and stuff, where there was when he did that even when people from YouTube were there. Like, how stupid. He also had ladies' underwear in the car. Yep, that's true. Something about ladies' underwear. I'm guessing the ladies probably slept with him for a ride or something. Or gave him her underwear, because you guess what? We found out that Don is into that. He's one of those panty thief type people. And I'm not speculating on that. We know that for a fact. That's absolute fact, because he has an arrest for stealing women's underwear. He freaking camped outside this lady's house for freaking hours just to wait for the opportunity to steal some freaking undies. Like, come on, that is a sick individual. If you're just so, you would wait there for, and plot and for just some panties? I don't know. Hey, Rhiannon. He was caught red pantied, right? I saw a video saying Andy would go to Nashville with Dawn. Is that right, Fred? Oh, gosh. Never heard that, but... Broke in the garage when Lay was asleep. Creepy as fuck, yes. And thank you, Amos, for the super chat, hon. Like, it was 6 into July. No, they didn't. The boys didn't get taken into July. Did they? No, because I think it was after even I was on YouTube. Wait, hold on. Obviously, they had to have been already taken when I got on YouTube, because that's what we were my first video was about. So... So you're probably right. Right before CM visited. Yeah, that, Did you catch the 3 recent clues?
I would say in this case, thanks to the public, we've continued to have tips and leads that have come in that agents have been able to follow up on continuously. And the agents have worked tirelessly when tips and leads weren't coming in to try to find ways to investigate when typically people would lay down their effort. It has been a great partnership between the community and law enforcement to not let this case sit and go sterile.
Damn. Damn, killer. It's so good.
The damn killer.
What's up, everybody? That's Killer from the Coolidge Center. Y'all, grab a seat. Welcome to Brother School. If you don't mind, just continue to speak for me. We're going to process and gather together. Killer hope. All the fans got to see the recent interview TBI released on June 14th in the Summer Wells case. Summer Wells was 5 years old when she went missing from the Ben Hill Road area of Rogersville, Tennessee on June 15th, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Hey,
that
Jennifer.
was interesting. By the way, TBI releasing the 3 years since update on June 14th. Were they trying to tell us something?
Judge Laura!
In that interview,
Judge Laura! For the guy that, what? The jury chose death for the guy. Which guy? I was just thinking I hadn't seen you forever, Judge Laura, but I haven't been very consistent on this channel, especially coming on during, I've been on here pretty late, so I'm hoping that changes very soon. Damn killer. Who are you talking about that got the death penalty? Who's the torture guy? Is that the Wade Wilson? I don't know. He looks like a devil.
Josh Melton, Assistant Director of the Criminal Investigation Division. Let me repeat, Criminal Investigation Division. Talked about focusing on 3 things moving forward.
We continue to focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area or technology that could have been used that may give us an investigative lead.
Focus on ground searches. Focus on vehicles that may have drove through the Ben Hill Road area, and focus on the technology that had been used to give them an investigative lead. I was impressed by the interview. And this is just a couple things our killer's done. There's quite a few more things I picked up. I think they're trying to say. Trafficking, chill out.
Couldn't understand a lot of that, but oh gosh, here we go. I don't know if I've even
Ziggy suddenly has tarot cards and can read all things, but can't find summary, can't find a fucking clue, and can't figure out how to be a criminal. Her spirits can't guide her where the fuck. None of them really into the woo-woo, dear. It's just another grift.
fake spirits, fake this, can't read fucking shit. Look, if Ziggy could discern anything from cards, she wouldn't have been able first. Hell, she even got one of those nice on Cindy's credit card $10 fucking Google Spirit boxes. Jim told her dumbass to get off YouTube. She don't listen or learn. Instead, she went back and banged another dog from Ben Hill. Unleashed it real good. It's like, be a danger here in person to me and my daughter. And then write a book or make you look guilty. Turn you eventually, hopefully before I have to bang any more than it takes to get a baby I can name, and then write a book and get on a TV show being like, I married a killer, I didn't know, and they were called to the Super Wells case, and I'm so heartbroken, I didn't know. The theatrics, right? To try to get her a buck, and it does her a lifetime, so she never, ever has to come back through her worst moments ever, which was having a job one time in her entire life for like less than 2 weeks.
Oh, less than 2 weeks waitressing. I waitressed for years, Jody Sue. This is interesting considering Jody Sue. Jody Sue, have you ever had a job? Come on. I guarantee I've worked more hours, more years than Jody Sue in an establishment. I worked years at several places. What the hell, dude? It's on my background. I guarantee Jody Sue's never fucking had a job. When did she work with when she was with Andy? She never worked. Oh, but even then, the stripper thing, supposedly she wasn't even doing that. Supposedly Andy was driving her around and he was like basically her driver, taking her to these weird men. You don't think that was dangerous, Jody Sue? Sleeping with strange men? Yeah, I'm not going to be going on, oh, I'm sorry, I married a killer. Yeah, that's what I don't understand is that these people who say, it's like, get a job. Jasu, prove that you've had a job before, please. For a long period of time, over a year. Let's just see it. I can show you proof. I'm sure I have freaking plenty of proof I could show over the years. Hey, BS. But for some reason, why would Jody Sue want to discredit me? If we're focused on the same goal. Ask her how she got her broken nose, maybe by having her head down while another man was driving. Sean Finnegan case? I guess I will have to. Because of Fred. I know what she's saying, Flickin' Bullocks. I'm not dumb. I know what she means. Obviously. Who else have I married? He was talking about me marrying somebody. Obviously, it's going to be Fred. I know. That's why it's confusing me, Carrie. It's like, are you for Andy or against him? Like, you know what I mean? I'd like to, it's just things like that. It does not make sense to me. Well, actually, her talking shit about me, that's not I don't care about that, but the things that how she is about, how she goes back and forth about Andy and like, oh, I'm saying the same freaking things that she is. in many ways. Like a lot of the things she's even talking about, selling pills to 110 and these girls that look terrified in a van and his Knoxville trips. I've talked about the Knoxville trips. What's up, Jody Sue? Why are you why are you so against me? No, I didn't ask why. I know what Jody Sue is talking about. I guess, Nanya, or maybe she just wants to. I know that I've heard from several people. She's one of those that just love attention. So when I say why, I mean like, why is she against me? Particularly, why is she so? You know what I mean? We're a lot of things that we say are very similar. There's a reason. It either, if it's not, it just makes me think her son has to be involved. It's the only thing I can freaking think. Cut the freaking prostitute's nose off. I know, Poppy. Except Tiffany Marie. I guess you have to really just like kiss her ass to be cool with her or something. I'm not gonna do that. She's not even that cool. She's lame and not even funny. Well, okay, sometimes funny, but in a weird way. A hater. There you go. I guess, Amos. I don't know. I can't decide if her and TM are cool or not. Because when TM came on my panel, I hear that Jody Sue, like, I don't know, was like, did some live like timing and acted like it was some kind of setup. And I'm like, are you cool with Tiffany Marie or not? This is confusing. Do you think Andy's a monster or not? Do you think he's capable, Jody Sue, of messing with children in a sexual way? I mean, you've said so many things like that point to yes, but then when I say it, it's different for some reason. How come you can say that shit, but nobody else can? Is it that you want to be the one? But no, actually, I think it's because she's hiding. She's got to be hiding something. Because if she wanted to be the one to solve this, then she could probably get it done because she probably knows. Yeah, half of what I said about Fred or about Andy came from her in the first place. Exactly. They both use each other. Yeah. Married to Fred gives you more access to info. I think it probably does worry them. I don't think anybody imagined something like this would happen. I would have never imagined marrying somebody out there either. Freaking would have laughed. Like, if you would have told me that like 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I would have laughed. 2 years ago even, I would have laughed like on the ground, like hysterically. Seriously, I would have laughed like big time because I would have never I would be the same as you guys. Like, are you fucking insane? So, yeah, it was definitely unexpected. I don't know if people, they knew that too, that Fred wasn't really one to go online, social media. I kind of wonder, I would like to be in Andy's mind what he thought when he saw Fred and Laura on the road that day on the 15th in June. I just want to know what he was thinking. Was he like, oh my God, was he freaking out? Like, holy shit. Like, was he scared to death? Did he piss himself a little? Exactly, Lolly. She will tell others the things that they say are going to get someone hurt, but what she says about herself and yeah, I know. It's cool. Jasu said that and it made us all turn our heads and look at Andy B as sus. And then, yeah, and then when I heard, to talk to Fred for the first time, that's when the information about Andy being on the road came out. And I actually think there was actually rumors about that even before Fred told me. I think there was there was rumblings about that already out. Not hardly anybody was talking about, but I'm pretty sure it had came up. So thank you, Dottie Lee, for being a member for 32 months. Wow. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. I know, I don't understand why she does that. And it's like, and then in your mind, it's the most baffling thing. I cannot figure it out. She just must not think like I do. Or like most of us. Or like many of us. It doesn't make sense. And when something's not adding up, when 1 + 1 isn't equaling 2, then something is off. She seems terrified of Andy. She tries to act like she's terrified of him. But then but the way Tiffany says it is that and I understand that too, the truth is the truth. And she says that she clears up Andy's stuff because she knows things to be lies and the truth is the truth. Okay, I can respect that for sure. But she'll say something. She'll say something like he's sedating young girls and stuff and all this shit and expect us not to look at him and be like, okay, well, you must be capable of whatever happened this summer. It sounds like you are capable of hurting children. So it sounds like you know what I mean? But no, it doesn't click in her brain like that for some weird reason. She believes that he was at work all day and she acts like I don't know. selling the kids drugs. Has a wife now that can speak up for him. Yep. I think I already read you. After watching that trial, in my opinion, Candace is probably into kids. That's why Dawn. Yep. They're probably into the same sick stuff. Candace's thing is young teenage boys. Allegedly. I know, right? 120 acres. What do you... It's so freaking... It's a mind F. Like, I don't know which way is she coming or going. What is going on? Is this on purpose? Is she just a freaking genius and she's just trying to accuse it or trying to confuse us all so that we don't look at her son, or we don't look at what actually, you know what I mean? A lot of these people have been doing criminal activity their whole lives. Serious criminal activity, especially the ones that are into child trafficking and essaying children. They've had to be sneaky their whole lives. I know, she acts like she's the only one to speak on Andy. Which part has always concerned you, RJ? They all knew each other. Even Allie and Jody Sue she used to work. Work where? Her son was coming off that hill that day. Wouldn't doubt it. Yep, and they were all in Knoxville. Oh, she said that he's an abuser, but he isn't. Okay. Who said that? Yeah. Jody Sue, who said that Summer's murdered? Who said that he unalived Summer? Nobody said that. We don't know what happened to Summer. Is he an essayer? I mean, you talked about how his interest got younger and younger, and the women that he was interested in. Well, women, that's girls that he was interested in. You've clearly put out there that you've made it seem like he is into younger girls. I'm not saying at all that he unalived Summer. I don't think that. Gosh, I hope not. I don't think he unalived Summer. I don't think that's what he did. No. I don't think that he's like the top guy at all. I think he's just a minion middleman. One of the lower level people. He's just doing a freaking job to get his pay. In my opinion. Or he's doing something to... I don't think he was... I don't think he unalived Summer, no. So I agree, Jody Sue. See? We are on the same path. We're on the same... I agree. I don't think he's probably did that. Found out you talked to Fred on the first trip, and she asked you in text if Fred told you she was unalived the Saturday before the 15th. Like, why did she ask that? Oh, really? Did she say that? I'm going to have to look back at this text. But that is a good point, Andy. Stoner, I better say Stoner too, because I need to look over my text from Jody Sue around that, or those messages again. Now that me and Fred are together, and see what he thinks. Because I'm interested if did she say that? Something about Summer being gone the weekend before? Because if so, that's interesting. Because Fred got on a recording for law enforcement, her saying something about Summer being gone before the 15th too, or insinuating that something may have happened the night before or something like that. Yep, it was the time that she was going to meet up with you, but then never did. Did they take computers from Jody Sue's house? No. Andy claims he hasn't talked to law enforcement since Summer went missing, or, supposedly. But the way that Jody Sue acts is like they talk to, I don't know, actually, she didn't even say if they talked to the kids or anything. Did she say if the law enforcement talked to her kids? She said that as an attention whore. Wasn't there proof of life on the 15th? That's rumored. Yeah, that's rumored. But I haven't seen it. It hasn't been put out. And we haven't heard it straight from. Suppose Chris McDonough said something like that, but I don't know. Andy claims they didn't even take his phone. Yep. She did avoid talking to me. She was actually messaging Kathy. She was actually messaging me regularly, which was weird. She never messaged me before that. I know. And that's weird too, right? Why are you trying to distance yourself from the neighbors? Odd. Here. So she was, Holly is wondering if we could find a video about something about when Jody Sue said something about searchers should have gone a quarter of a mile more. Also, that the dogs were key. Yeah, she kept saying that, didn't she? About the dogs. That's weird. That's probably like another freaking confusion thing. The dogs have fucking nothing to do with it, probably. The dogs are key. Yeah, I don't think so. I think she's lying. That sounds to me a distraction. I mean, what? But I do remember that her saying all that shit. I never understood that. Yeah, what do you guys think the dogs are key means? Lawson said she was at video on Walgreens. Where did he say that at? Do we think the boys would be able to keep quiet if something happened before the? Good point. Unless it was like the 14th, they may have not known something. Maybe. Well, you would think they would be able to say, "Oh, we didn't see our sister all day the 15th." You know. Sarah Key, they stopped their feet. Oh, when she's talking about dogs, does she mean the dogs on the hill or she mean the police dogs? That's what I was saying. I thought she was talking about the dogs up on the hill. 110 Ben Hill. But so, right, I don't know. I guess maybe she's talking police dogs. Her dogs and the Wells dogs. There's another trail besides the dog trail. Go to the right behind the school bus. Yep. Who has a boa? There's probably boas out there. People let them out and go after they don't want them anymore. I just can't. I won't believe that a boa constrictor got Summer. Sorry. I could see a boa constrictor getting a small pet or something, or a small child that couldn't move that well. She said, remember, Jody said all the dogs came back smelling like hay? That's a weird, odd thing to say. Like hay? They said they had they had a boa constrictor. Jody Sue and Andy. It would have to be a pretty big boa constrictor which boas do get really big, but all the dogs were gone that day, right? Only person you suspect besides I think it's said TM gave her dog a heart attack. TM Tim Mullins? And a four-wheeler, the cat did CPR on her. What? The cat did CPR on the dog? Is that what you're saying? Tiffany gave her dog a heart attack. Also, no. What's that say? Also, not. No. I don't know what that says. A mean dog. Did they have a mean dog? Right? Good. Yeah. If she said that her cat gave it CPR, that's weird. And physically not possible, Jody Sue. I mean, come on. She comes over. Dogs are all gone. It's probably because they were another dog somewhere in the heat and they were running. No TikToks. Oh. Tiffany hasn't gone to Tiffany. I guarantee she hasn't been to Tennessee. She was talking about going with Benny, but that whole thing, I don't know. Right, Rhonda? I agree too. Dog trail comes off Don's property and goes on to Dobbs' property and continued to Andy. It's never been talked about. The dog trail comes off Don's property and goes on to Dobbs' property and continued to Andy's. It's never been talked about. Interesting. So it goes across the road? Jody has a dog, and Tiffany gave her a dog a heart attack through YouTube. The fact that they haven't cleared anyone just tells me that something is wrong in Elliott with that county. In that county. Okay, BS. I'll have to play it later because I'm probably gonna go here in a second. I woke up early. I am gonna take a little bit of a nap. That's crazy. You're not allowed. They have that one dog, the brown dog, that they keep chained up outside in the backyard of Jody Sue's mom's. I don't know if it's mean. It looks like a pit, at least part pit, and it's brown. I hope so, Amos. I guess we have to just be positive. Yeah, her dog killed her cat in the trailer and blood everywhere. How odd. What? A mastiff? If the trail went across the road, that explains the dogs losing summer scent at the road, maybe. She said once Fred could sneak by her dogs. Yeah, he didn't want anybody talking about a dog because he stole a dog. Probably. Was Raps. His real name is Matthew. For those that didn't hear, Rap got out of jail today. I wonder if he's gonna. You miss her cat? Ew, what? So, rumor is that Andy Bernard stole David Bay's dog. And it was never seen again after he had left for Knoxville. Like a certain dog that that Andy had. It's like a black and white one, right, Fred? I guess it was an expensive type dog. They lost summer scent at the road. Yes, TJ. As far as we know. Nicolina was bannovating on Raf's channel and it's gone now. Oh no! Are you serious? What, was she trying to get his channel taken down or something? Oh, okay. The last time you saw it was on the 17th. Yeah, and that was the last day that Andy was on recording, was the 17th. And that's the day he took off, right? For 21 days to this train ride. He was a train ride operator. I know, right? Yeah, because didn't she come back to him? Oh my gosh. That's, I hope. Paranormal Files is about midnight films. Put it in the key on the 17th. What's Midnight Films about? Does that have to do with some kind of trafficking or something? Yeah, and now that's proof that he has it. And that he knows about it. And anybody who has slept with him recently, there's now proof that he knew he had it. So yeah, I think that's a crime, isn't it? I mean, that's about films and kidnapping in Phoenix. Right, Amos? He can get in trouble. Penny, yesterday, I don't know if it must have been someplace that Ernie was staying. So, or either they had got a picture, somehow sneaked and got a picture of his medicine and looked it up, and I guess it's HIV medicine called Biktarvy or whatever. And they posted a picture of it and it shows Ernie Shell, the doctor, Sarasota Health Center in North Port Richey, Florida. I looked it up to see what the place was and stuff. So it's out here. Unless somebody edited that, which I'm sure Ernie's going to probably try to claim that it was edited. But if that person has it in their they claim they have it in their physical, with them physically, so they could go live and show it if anybody said, if they really wanted to prove it. I don't know if they have or not. Instead of just pictures of it. Yeah, the stuff they have now will make you undetectable. But see, obviously, this medicine is so expensive. Somebody looked it up. It's like a 30-day replacement is like almost $15,000. So, and I'm sure he's got there's some kind of insurance or grant to cover it. I don't know, but I wouldn't think it would be easy to get a replacement. And if he doesn't have his medicine, then that means too that it's more likely he's detectable. So yeah, that Debo is a channel name. Here, I'll just pull it up real quick. And that's not it. I don't know. I can't find the channel. Can you guys have? Did the person delete their channel? I had a screenshot somewhere, but oh, it's the same meds for. Are you sure? Because when I looked it up, it didn't say anything about Hep C. But that's. But he's been, he posted pictures of him looking really sick. And I wouldn't think that that was from. Hep C. No, I need the link to it. I already have the screenshots. The link to the channel. So, see, I don't know. Here's this channel right here, 62 subscribers. This is the medication right here. And it shows the date was July 25th, 2024. So recently, and it has a refill. Quantity 90. So this is a 3-month supply. So this isn't even a 30-day supply. This is a 3-month supply. $45,000 right there. For real 40. Okay. Thank you, Chloe. right here. This channel right here. Says, so I waited to list these due to, I don't know what this blackmail it is, but couldn't Ernie still put out this blackmail? Whatever this, I don't know who this is, but waited to put out these due to Ernie's blackmail. He had a video of me when I was so drunk, which is weird. I never get that drunk drinking beer, but I threatened to play them. HIV is no joke. This is HIV 1 meds. If anyone has slept with Ernie, please get tested. Also, if you know where Ernie is, he needs his meds, and call law enforcement so he doesn't give this to somebody. Thanks, and those who live by the sword die by the sword. Motherfucker. That being said, you have no business rescuing kids. You're stupid and an idiot. As I recall, that's what you call many females, moms, sisters, etc. Keep it up. I'll expose it all. Remember this, biatch. Here you go. Y'all do what you gotta do. And yes, my law enforcement knows everything. And he also threatened to kill Trump once his brain chip is activated. They're coming for you, boy. And Florida wants your ass, but not the way you want them to. Just saying. And I'm sorry for the ones that tried to warn us. Ernie is a true liar and a true liar for hire, and really did meet with Northport, I'm guessing that's it. It says Northport PD or MPPD in regards to evidence on missing Elena. I heard him give the cop his real name and date of birth. That was it, because I was busy speaking to the family. He has no shame or morals, and his highway runs are worse in person. Please turn him in. He's a danger to himself and others. Thanks. Ernie did not have to reach out to me for help. He begged me to, since having stage 4 cancer. I'm not dumb, dildo, you real wolf in sheep's clothing. So this is 3 of 3. I don't know what that means. 3 of 3. So is this the third bottle? I don't know what that means. See, it says 3. You can see where it says 3. 3 of 3. So I don't know. Thankfully, there is medicine. Like, he could live, if he takes his medicine, he could live a full life and be completely fine, and not spread it. But he's out on the streets without his freaking medicine, and he's hypersexualized. I mean, gosh, he's always talking about sex. So you can take this stuff and you can have it and not spread it around? Like, yeah, I guess so. Very true now. Yeah, it's definitely something else. $15,000 for a prescription. Yep. That's why I'm saying, gosh, whoever has that, gosh, they could be peddling HIV meds. $15,000 for 30 days. So it's $500 a pill. They get all the money that guy can make. No, hopefully Ernie gets his medicine back. I'm sure it's not easy to get those. Well, he has refills on it. I don't know if he was able to refill it. I don't know. and it's getting to it looks like it was filled on the 25th. So hopefully he can get at least his refill, and hopefully but yes, it is important for people to know that so that they could get tested, I'm not talking shit about him having it. I'm just saying people need to know if they have. There's a lot of people on here who have slept with Ernie Shell, so. No, he's not MIA. I saw him live earlier. I'm sure he's just either not talking about it or just saying it was edited or whatever. I don't know. I haven't heard him talk on it. I just brought it up because something in the chat, or somebody in the chat had mentioned. Yeah. Well, my guess is it wasn't from a woman, in my opinion, but if you guys haven't seen the trial of his brother, you guys need to watch it. There is a lot of because it goes beyond. He will tell you a lot of interesting information about Ernie Shell. I'm serious, because you get his sister. You have his sister on the stand. Because the defense was trying to say their main tactic. Come here, Bandit. Their main tactic for that trial was to pin it on Ernie. That was their main defense. It was Ernie and not Shelby. That was their whole thing. So Ernie was a big spotlight of that trial, and you'll learn a lot about him, and a lot. And not that it matters as far as I care or anything, what his sexual preferences are, but that comes up a lot in the trial. And the stand did have those all posted, even though in some areas it doesn't even make the stand look very good, to be honest, but he put it up, so that was good that he's not hiding anything, If you guys watch that, it will make you definitely look at him suspiciously. Seriously, I mean, it's hard not to. If you watch the whole thing, it will make you think that he was involved with that guy's death. But I don't know. A lot of people think that the crime was pinned on Ernie's brother because some people say Shelby Shell was kind of slow. Yeah, it's titled, let me see if I can find Shelby Shell. Yep. Here's one you can get here. This will get you to where you need to go. Here's one of the videos. It's very interesting too. all of you guys will find it interesting. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Either way, because it's true crime and it's very interesting. It's a very interesting case. It in itself, by itself, without even knowing of Ernie or anything. A lot of it's still a mystery. There was a car seen leaving the scene of the crime that people thought was Ernie Shell's car. You should definitely check it out. Very interesting. Never watched the trial. I'm going to have to now. Yes, you're going to have to, Shay. I'm serious. You guys will find it very interesting. What is this Hay House? I've heard that. Hay House permanently closed. Wow, they have a lot of black mold in the facility. It says, I don't know, they have a lot of people. Months after the Hay House closed with little explanation, investigative report shows that the facility closed in part with problems with the directors. And then it's cut off. Of course. Trying to tell you how they closed. The director's son-in-law, a convicted felon. February 4, 2020. Says months after the John R. Hay House closed with little explanation, investigative report shows the facility closed in part because of problems with the director's son-in-law, a convicted felon. The nonprofit closed in June after almost 40 years of providing the community with its only alternative sentencing program for offenders. News Channel 11 learned that the facility's board of directors elected not to renew a contract with the Tennessee Department of Corrections and operations ceased. But questions still lingered, and an investigative report from the Comptroller's office was released on Tuesday showed that the Hayes House issues with nepotism continued to its closing. A felon, a knife, and a missing background check. It says the Hay House was funded partially through a grant with the TDOC. A director and a 9-member board governed the entity. Says in December of 1997, the facility employed the director's son-in-law, a convicted felon. He worked as a transportation officer until July 2000 when he was fired for smuggling a knife to one of the inmates and either paid or planned to pay the inmate to hurt another inmate, the report said. Holy shit! He pled guilty to attempted second-degree murder. The Hay House hired the director's son-in-law again in 2014, the report said, and he rose to become the organization's facilities manager in 2018. That's crazy. The investigation unearthed background checks on the son-in-law, but the report notes them as questionable since they didn't include his prior criminal history. The Hay House supplied receipts from his background check vendor, but not the results of the check. What the heck? So he tried to solicit an inmate to kill somebody in the jail. What the hell? What did he promise that inmate? There has to be more, because he couldn't have just an inmate's not going to just do that for him because he was asked. Oh, yeah, those houses are sketchy. Yeah, you can post links. Whatever you need to do. But see, I kept hearing this about the Hay House. Why has the Hay House been coming up a lot lately? Who brought it up? Because originally, because I've noticed today's not the first day that I heard. And the first time I heard about it was only a few weeks ago, it seems like. I don't know why it's been being mentioned lately. Hey, Jam. Jam. Did it tell all last night? What's it tell all about what? Oh, about Ernie Shell. Yeah, I heard that was really interesting. People that knew him or something from his hometown, I think. A woman on Ernie's panel spoke about him and a relationship he had with a doctor at Hay House first. A doctor as in a male doctor? Both Andy B. and Ernie have been there. Oh, and Diamond is online. People say that is where a lot of characters in the Summers case met, allegedly. Interesting. All right, guys. I'm going to go for now. I'll be back later. I'll be back. It's good hanging out with everybody. And I hope everybody has a great Wednesday. Bandit saying bye. And we'll talk later. There you go.